Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Continuing on college football week 3. Got a Friday night game for you. This one's on ESPN2. We got Army at UTSA. Line opens up with the Roadrunners laying 9 points at home here. Total opens up at 45.5. Let's do it.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Source. Hey, get the Source.
So this line was all the way up at 11.5 on Monday morning. It's now down to 9. It's actually even down to 8.5 on some books. Public's pretty split even on this one. Sharp action definitely seems to be in on UTSA. So let's start with a positive. Army's defense, which was strong last year. 18th in yards per game allowed, just 24.3 points per game allowed. That's 41st. They were rated 66th against the run and 57th against the pass, according to Beta Rank. Look at Army's last 7 games dating back to last season. Nobody has scored more than 17 points on this Army defense. They finished last year with 5 straight great defensive performances and then carried that over to this year, starting out with back-to-back good ones. Now, you can question the quality of offenses on this list here, and you'd be fair to do so. UTSA's offense should be a more difficult task than anyone on this list. Roadrunners' offense was really good last year. In case you don't follow Conference USA football, they started off the season 1-2, then rattled off 9 straight wins, went to the conference championship, beat North Texas by 3 touchdowns to make it 10 straight wins. And a big reason that this was possible was their high-powered offense. UTSA averaged 35.6 points per game last season on 6.1 yards per play, good for 16th and 25th in the FBS. Beta Rank had them rated as 50th in effective rush and 20th in effective pass. Those are insanely good numbers for a Conference USA program. And they got their guy back. Quarterback Frank Harris is back as a 5th-year senior after having by far the best year of his collegiate career. 69.6% completions, over 4,000 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, just 9 picks. Oh, and by the way, he's also an athlete. He added 600 yards and 9 touchdowns on the ground as well. Coming off the year that UTSA just had, bringing this guy back at quarterback, how do we not love UTSA by 20 points in this one? Well, for starters, UTSA's offense looks like shit to start the season. It looks bad. They scored just 14 and 20 points in their first 2 games, way below their season average of 35.6 last year. And they played Houston and Texas State. Those 2 defenses ranked 88th and 107th in the FBS last year. So 2 weeks in a row, they've struggled to score against bad defenses. Army's defense should be better than both of those teams. Odds makers have this total all the way down at 45.5, which is crazy for a UTSA game. Means that they've completely lost faith in Frank Harris and this Roadrunner offense. If you're wondering what happened, how did this offense go from so good to so bad in just one offseason? Well, first of all, they lost their OC. Will Stein is now at Oregon, and Matt Maddox is gone also. He was the co-OC, so they lost both of their offensive coordinators. And take a look at the returning production. UTSA returns an estimated 52% of their production from last season. That's 115th in the FBS and 100th on offense. I think Army's defense can give Frank Harris and UTSA's offense problems in this one, and when you're laying a big number like 9, you're going to need the offense to get into the end zone a couple times. Now, on the other side of the ball, I really don't know what to make of Army's offense, honestly. I mean, in their opener on the road at Louisiana Monroe, they were held to 13 points. So at first glance, you're like, holy shit, Army's offense is absolutely trash this year. But then you take a look at how that game went down. Army had 5 turnovers and a missed field goal in there. I'm not saying it makes it okay, just saying they probably should have scored more points than that and won that game. The following week, Army won 57-0 over Delaware State. Now that's an FCS school, so who cares, but at least we can see that Army's offense is capable of taking advantage of bad defenses. So that brings the question, does UTSA have a bad defense? Here are their numbers from last year, and they're pretty solid. These aren't bad at all. 63rd in yards per play, 56th in points per game, 63rd against the run, 78th against the pass. So they were solid last year. Obviously, they had to be decent. They won the conference championship. But as we saw before, this defense lost a ton of production from last year. And I know if you look at their first 2 games, it looks like their defense is off to a great start. But they played Texas State, who's one of the worst FBS programs in the country. I don't care about the Baylor game. Texas State's not a threatening FBS program. And Houston. Houston's offense is nothing of what we saw last year. Their OC's gone. Clayton Tune's gone. That offense might be terrible this year. Look, I'm not saying Army's going to move the ball, score points. I'm not saying Army's going to control the game with the offense. I just am not buying UTSA's defense. I don't think it's going to be a good defense this year, which is why I feel my hands are tied in this one. I mean, I feel like I have to take the points. I'm going to roll with Army in that defense. They're not letting up more than 17 points a game. How are you going to cover 9? There's no way I can lay more than a touchdown with UTSA right now. So give me Army +9. If you want the top bets, parlay of the day, if you want to join the Discord, if you want to get in on the Against the Spread competition, last week was a signed Keenan Allen helmet. This week, winner gets a signed Drake London USC mini helmet. If you're interested in any of that, head over to KyleKirms.com. College football week 3. We're off to a great start this season. Let's keep it rolling. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you on Discord.